Hi, everybody, I'm Tom, and this is your word for the day. Our word for the day is the word neighbor, and our scripture text comes from Galatians chapter 5, verse 14, which says this: "For the whole law can be summed up in this one command: love your neighbor as yourself." You know, Mrs. Enlow was easy to love. She lived right across the gravel road from our house where I grew up. She had snow-white hair and a sweet soprano voice, and she had a strong work ethic and a warm heart for people. She also was my Sunday school teacher throughout my teenage years, which should tell you that she had a lot of patience as well. You know, not all neighbors are as easy to love as Mrs. Enlow. On one occasion, Jesus was talking to an expert in religious law who asked him what was the greatest of all the commandments. And Jesus mentioned that we are to love God with all of our heart, soul, and strength. And the second one was a lot like it: we should love our neighbors as ourselves. The man who asked the question responded by asking Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Many people, when they think of neighbor today, they think geographically, someone who lives close by you. But Jesus broadened the definition by telling the story of the Good Samaritan. And in that story, Jesus broke away from any geographical assumption and broadened the view of a neighbor to behavior and how you treat people. And in the parable, Jesus speaks of a Jew, an enemy of the Samaritan. He was beaten and left on the road to die. A priest and a temple assistant came by. They saw the suffering man and they didn't help. And then a Samaritan, the most unlikely to help a Jew, bound up his wounds and took him to a place to get help, paying for his expenses. And then Jesus turned and asked, "Which of these three would you say is the man's neighbor?" Well, the answer was obvious: the man who helped him. And then Jesus said, "Go and do likewise." What a great lesson for all of us. Let's be a good neighbor today and show love to those who are hurting. Hey, I look forward to the next time we can connect and learn more from our word for the day.